Bacon grease, duh.
Let's go. Dinah, where's your picture?
It'll be up in a second. I gotta get up and go do stuff while we're getting ready.
She's got to put her face on so she can wear the mask.
No, I just have COVID face. I don't care.
You know what I just realized is barbershops and salons and stuff can reopen on Friday, but my barbershop won't be open because it's in Michigan.
No, they opened today, I think, because there were lines outside the Perrysburg salon.
The timeline I saw said the 15th.
I think it was today. Well, the Perrysburg one opened. I don't know.
I mean, I could see someone opening early. They'd be like, what are you going to do? It's like 3 days. What I like about my IMDb credits is the first movie they have me in, it just has me as bad guy number 2. And then the next one, I actually have a name.
I wonder if I have any. Check. Come on!
It has you listed as player number 2.
Oh, yeah, because I was playing poker when I got shot.
Were you in Awakening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on!
I made that film what it is for the 2 seconds I was on screen.
I was once an extra in a sitcom pilot. It was called Making Dough, and it was about like some kind of pizza place. And then my part got cut, so I never got any credit for it.
Ooh.
And the pilot
get paid.
No. And the pilot never got picked up either.
I mean, if 2 guys and a girl in a pizza place could get picked up, how bad was your show?
It was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie.
I look fucking pretty today.
You do look beautiful.
Thank you.
I look like a Karen.
I like your mask, Gina.
Thanks. I don't leave the house, so if I'm going to show off $150 worth of masks, I got to do it on here.
Come on.
And she's going to go through about 4 of them during the episode.
Now I got one more lined up.
Did you do one of those ones where you put your picture on it?
I want to get one of those ones with a creepy smile. Like just a weird, creepy smile. And then I have I saw shirts today that says, it's me, and then your name and a picture of you with no mask on. I'm going to get those too.
I can hook you up with a guy in town that does that.
Check this out.
What?
Oh, nice.
At least you know
see
she's
it,
taking care of her teeth.
Hold on. We'll switch it up.
You know, the WWE are selling their own masks. And there's a couple, like, they have a couple really creepy ones.
Oh, that is super creepy.
All right, ready to start the show. Sports the show brought to you in part by Interior Design, specializing in residential, small commercial, and interior senior living interior design. Check them out, RCI International Design. Also by Memorable Lights. Bring your memories to light. We 3D print lithophanes. That's photos seen through light. They're not better than anyone else. The only thing that makes them better is customer service and the one-on-one service They offer many forms of delivering memories and light. They have night lights, cube lights, coming soon, lampshades, memorable lights.us. Lawn greetings of Toledo. Say it in the lawn, in the lawn. Say it in the yard. The yard. I said yard and lawn together. In the
They're
yard.
Say it with
very
a yawn.
exciting company. You won't be yawning.
Say it with a yawn. If you want to say it in the yard, birthdays, anniversaries, divorce parties, I caught you cheating, whatever it is. Special deals for Andrews E in the Morning listeners. Check them out. All right, let's get this show.
Oh, I have will they do any lawn, or do they need the owner's permission? Like, can I just send them to put things on the mayor's lawn?
Oh, I think they probably need permission, although that is a great idea. I love it. All right, here we go. Let's do this.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
All right, Gina, I have to admit that is an improvement over the resting bitch face. She just looks so happy.
It's time to wake up. Andrew Z in the morning. Yeah.
Come on. Welcome to the show, everybody. It is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, in the year of our Lord. We got a busy show tonight. We got Sugar Vermont at the top.
Holla.
She's looks like a chubby Amy Winehouse.
The what? What?
The what?
What?
Jake Dickey on the other side.
He looks like a male Amy Whitehouse.
Yes.
First of all,
Bottom row. What? Denny Crumb.
have an F-bomb at the beginning.
Yo.
Chris Tiefel. Southside Gina. Colleen Z. Let's do this.
Andrew Z in the morning.
Woo! All right, you bitches listening? You formal bitches listening? I just got recharged for my Skype phone number. It's how much? Let me see how much it is a month. They just successfully renewed my monthly subscription, which is $2.99. If you guys don't start calling, then I'm going to stop the subscription. I'm not paying $2.99 for nobody to call. I think we've probably used that thing since we started Skyping.
You've had a few people who said they've tried to call, but
We could crowdsource that
it.
number and have it paid off for like a year. Between us.
That's true. So it's $2.99. The number is 419-931-6032. If you guys don't start using it, I'm going to shut it off.
I could probably pay for it in the year in just the Bitcoin money that I've made in the past hour.
Open line Tuesday.
Yeah,
Do that,
there you go,
Andrew.
There you go. Open line Tuesday. I like it. All right, welcome everybody. What's going on? I think we start with this. We talked about it yesterday with Toledo City Council person Nick Comives, and what we talked about was a woman that's part of the GOP. For those who know, that's Republicans. Posted a little message on her Facebook page about Pride being canceled. And she is a Lucas County GOP committee woman. And what she said was after Pride got canceled because of the COVID, she said, well, that's some good news. For once, COVID-19 has something good to happen. The 2020 Toledo Gay Pride has been canceled. I hate gay people. I added that part, but I mean, you could tell by
Yeah, the last part she didn't actually say. We probably should say that for legal reasons.
I trolled through her page. She doesn't hate gay people. She just thinks that they need to be discriminated against because she says the Bible says it's wrong.
Oh. Yeah, but here's what I don't understand.
That hoe.
I don't understand a bit of the hypocrisy in the fact that are we supposed to be the judges, or is God supposed to be the judge? Like in the end, like I don't have time to judge everyone. That's for him to sort out at the end of your term.
No,
Well,
it's in the Bible. Middle-aged white women definitely are the judges.
Oh, okay. Is that what it says? Okay.
Definitely.
Karen, it literally says Karens.
Take
The
Yeah.
holy
Getting a carrot.
It means that being straight is a choice. And if you have to choose to be straight, I have a message for you. You're not straight.
I actually had a conversation with somebody once who was super like the Bible says being gay is wrong and all that stuff, but they weren't like for conversion therapy. They weren't for discriminating against gay people or anything. They were just like, the Bible says it's wrong and it's not a choice. I get that it's not a choice, but it's a choice to act on it. And they're like, that's the sin. They're like, the Bible is saying the sin is to act on the impulse, is to act on the feelings. And
So you're just supposed to be single for your whole
hold
life.
on.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's already used to that.
Take the mask off. Go ahead,
Then
David.
what you're saying, what you're saying then, the rebuttal for that is, okay, so then you are attracted to the same sex. And if they say no, then you say then that can't be the case, obviously. Because either you are or you aren't. Either,
well, you know, they accepted that, but they accepted that, but they said the acting on your sexuality that you didn't choose is the sin.
Yeah, but are those same people? Isn't divorce a sin?
I gotta put my
hand up.
my resting
Except
bitch.
Apparently-
for some
apparently
very
only if
narrow
you act on it.
circumstances.
Is
I mean, the list of things in the Bible that are considered a sin: the planting 2 different crops next to each other, working on the Sabbath, touching the dead pork.
yeah, I mean, if you worked on it,
it's
look,
Wanting to
you-
bang
Oh,
your
I'd be
neighbor.
in hell right away right
you
now.
know, if your whole life is to worry about other people's sins, Jesus, dude, you really need to get a life. Sugar, go ahead.
Well, I actually have the biblical rebuttal if we want to get holy up in here.
I guess.
Jesus mentions homosexuality 0 times. He
Uh-huh.
never talks about it. He never even comes
But
close to it.
does he say
And
man,
then-
does he say man lay with man or something like that?
No,
no, Jesus
They-
never said
they
that.
call it-
Jesus
they-
said
they call-
nothing.
They call it Thy Stephen or something.
Listen,
Stephen
ho,
laying
I
with
got
thy
your
Stephen?
answers.
All right.
The-
But
there's like-
Jesus did walk through the desert with 12 other guys, which is a little.
Okay,
Right.
unmarried, by the way.
Unmarried.
But so
Hey,
so
let's not get that
honestly,
close.
you settle down, Sally.
Sally.
Honestly, there's only like 3 passages in the Bible that touch on homosexuality, and if you look at them, they don't even really touch on it. First of all, Old Testament.
Well, yeah, that would be a sin
is-
to touch on.
Right, shut up. The Old Testament is broken from the New Testament, so all of those rules and shit got tossed out the window, and there's new rules. So it's in Leviticus. It says don't be gay, right next to where it says don't eat shellfish and don't wear polyester.
Do not eat shellfish, and do not sucketh thy man's what?
It actually doesn't even say don't be gay or homosexual or something like that. It just says like stuff like lie with another man. They're not saying being gay itself is wrong. They're saying acting on it is
All right,
wrong.
look, okay, so let's get past.
And
We're getting a little in the weeds. But let's
Yeah.
get past this. I will say that look, again, I'm not the one to judge. If you,
I am.
If you're gonna sin, dude, that's for other people to set.
As
to-
long
to
as you're
sort
not
out.
hurting somebody.
I know, man. That's not for me. It's not my call. And then that's number 1. And number 2, I will say that it's any scientist, any person that knows anything about science will see your brain is wired differently if you're homosexual. It's not a choice. I mean, your brain is literally wired differently.
You're straying in some dangerous territory there, Andrew.
I
Why?
did not choose to be addicted to dick. That was not a choice.
Why?
Me either.
Why am I? Why am I getting into dangerous territory, Tiefel?
I'm just steering you off it.
Okay,
No
Jay.
I
time
made
to
a
go into
Jesus
it.
joke, and he got a panic look in
Oh.
his eye.
No, I didn't want us getting letters.
Okay, go ahead,
I'll
Jake.
bring the letters.
Jake.
I tell you what, I gotta say, it wasn't a choice for me to be straight, because if it was, after all the relationships I've had, I might have gone a different way.
Right? Seriously, seriously.
failed
If I could choose to be gay right now, my life would be so much simpler.
I know it'd be at least more fabulous.
Right?
Well, and I know that. Go ahead, Colleen.
Tiefel, even the gays don't want you.
Hey,
There's
you haven't been with me at a gay bar. I am severely popular
Look,
until they find out I'm straight.
One thing.
Where's this voice of God coming from? She's not on screen.
I know Colleen didn't put her makeup on. She didn't want to be on screen tonight. But here's where look, if I were a girl, I would definitely be gay because guys are disgusting.
Women are so much better looking naked.
Oh my god, for sure. Like I could
A
never.
lie-
I could never.
that is a lie from the pits of hell.
I could never be with a dude. It's just
Penises are ugly. Period.
Yes.
They're just. They're
Now
ugly.
I'm offended. Penises are beautiful. Penises are brought here to earth to give me pleasure.
Go ahead.
That's why they're here.
Go ahead, Dan.
They're still hideous.
Well, first of all, I don't get the obsession with trying to ruin other people's fun, especially
yeah,
but it doesn't hurt with anyone. Like me, I heavy metal music, but if my friend wants to go to like a mosh pit and mosh and have a great time, go, hell yeah, do it. But I'm not like if his concert gets canceled, I'm gonna be like, oh man, that sucks. But I was never going to be there to enjoy it. Like it's just.
It's just anyway. Go ahead, Jake.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Jim Jeffries jokes of all times. He's like, look, being gay would be a great thing for me. Women hate me. I hate women. Men love me. I love men. We get along. We know each other. He's like, but the thing is, I can never have sex with a man. Not for any moral reasons. I could just never have sex with something I respect.
Sugar, go ahead.
My only final thought on this is that homos have a 0% chance of accidentally having to pay child support.
0%.
All right, so here is the.
What if you get drunk one night and adopt a baby?
Well, in that case.
So here is the official statement after the
I'd want to know.
after the Christy Kiley
What
wrote
adoption
this,
agency
Kille.
is adopting a kid to a couple of drunk gay dudes?
Probably Vegas.
In the middle of the night,
I think her name might
drive
be
through
Kelly.
adoption agency.
Killy, you think Christy Killy? All right, so here's what the GOP, the Republicans had to say, the Lucas County Republicans, about this woman's quote. Quote, the statement was neither issued by nor supported by the Lucas County GOP. The COVID-19 pandemic has been devastating to our community, and we extend our thoughts to every family that has been affected by it, except for gay people. The Lucas County GOP. No, I added that part.
Andrew accidentally read the subtext.
Yeah. I added that part.
Listen, Andrew, because people will believe it. Because
I know, right? Okay, so they said every family's been affected by it, impacted by it. The Lucas County GOP is a big tent, and we're very proud of the members of the LGBT community, LGBT community who participate in the party, and we're a stronger party because of their involvement. We welcome them with open arms. We're disappointed that the Toledo Pride will not occur this year. We've encouraged our candidates to participate in previous Pride parades, and we will continue to do so. Which I think that's actually a decent statement.
Yeah, it's really good.
Except for the fact they didn't even acknowledge this woman's post. So they totally
they acknowledged it. They were like, it doesn't. We don't agree with it.
No,
I don't believe them until she's gone. Till they say, you know what, she needs to go.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. Go ahead, Sugar.
I think more and more, and it's almost to this level. I think that homosexuality is no longer going to be a wedge issue between Democrats and Republicans. I think that probably at least 50% of Republicans are totally fine with gay people, maybe more.
I agree. I know.
Yeah.
I agree with
So
that.
it's good.
As long as go ahead, Danny.
Well, the statement I think is fine. I think they said all of the right things,
Right.
but to like what Gina said, actions speak a lot louder than words. If this person doesn't represent your views and represent your party, then you should probably get rid of this person.
And I think we did say that. I don't know if I said it, but there has been people calling for her resignation, but. Or are they asking for her, the committee to fire her or whatever? I mean, I don't know if it's elected
She's
or
an
a paid
elected.
position.
It said in the a news article she's elected to a 2-year position in the 23rd precinct. I don't know what that is.
Right,
But I think she's elected by the Republican Party.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It's not it's not an on the ballot one. It's an
Gotcha.
inter-party position. Go ahead, Tifo.
I was going to say, if you look at some recent posts of hers, they are littered with LGBTQ stuff, flags, and just other stuff of just all gay stuff. Just boom, all in her comments.
All the gay stuff.
Other people commenting.
All the gay stuff. Go ahead, Kylie.
They actually are on the ballot for the Central Committee, but 9 times out of 10, there's only one name for the Republican GOP Central Committee, and they get it by default.
And then you'd have to be a registered Republican to vote that because you can't cross-party vote.
Okay, so
I thought you could. Oh no, not in Ohio. Ohio is not an open primary state.
Right. No.
So anyway, that's the latest on that. That's the Republican response.
She's probably just a secret Leslie. God damn it. Just admit you want a scissor lady. It's fine. Everybody's doing it.
And speaking of cancellations to the COVID, the Greek American Fest is the next casualty of Greek American, not German American.
I also love Greek food, honey.
Okay, just making sure.
Do you know there's Greek restaurants?
But I like to walk around and look at Greek men while I eat. Jesus.
Because you can buy grape leaves at the Greek American Fest for $12 each, or you can buy them at Greek restaurant for $3 each.
Like, I'm totally getting a Greek salad and Googling Greek men. Same thing.
They like it. They do their dances at the festival. They take their shirts off. They're dancing in a circle. Yeah. I'm very into it.
Have you heard of the YouTube?
The YouTube.
I'm telling you, there's I'm a problem solver.
I can't accidentally touch the butts of people on YouTube.
Yeah, well, you could.
That's true. Go ahead, Colleen.
Sugar, have you met a food or a man you didn't like?
African food's kind of gross because you don't use silverware. So that. And man, I didn't like. Tifel, you're fine.
Touche.
Go ahead, Jake.
I think you have to assume that if you talk about any cancellation of any events that involve food, you're just going to piss Sugar off.
I know,
like,
right?
Severely.
Like the buffets that went bye-bye.
I mean, I think
shut your mouth. They're coming back.
I think we're just. I think the German American Fest is probably going to be on the. I mean, they're all going to be on the chopping block. I think you could probably get people to show up at these things. Still, I just don't. It's just not smart. I mean, I think if you had these festivals, you could still have a lot of people there because there are a lot of people, as we've talked about, that think it's all a bunch of BS. So you probably still have people there, but they're doing the responsible thing and just not letting people show up. Go ahead, Colleen.
I mean, would that be a bad thing to get rid of the dumb people?
I don't know. Gina, go ahead.
Did you see the pictures of the mall today?
Yeah.
They're going to show up, dude. It's just like with the fireworks thing. They can't have fireworks because people are dumb and they're going to show up. We're just dumb. Human beings are stupid inherently. That's all there is to it.
Well, for those who don't know what Gina's talking about, Nike did a big shoe release party, one of those which not release party, but a shoe release. They do that every once in a while, to where it's like a lottery, and you got to win a ticket, and you got to wait in line and do all that stuff. So they Nike released a shoe today, and is at the malls. That's where they go. The shoe stores at the malls to get their shoes. And they weren't practicing social distancing
at all. Was there a fight? Have we heard? Because I heard there was a fight at the mall, but I don't know.
Well, but there's a lot of people responsible for this. Number one, Nike, what the F are you doing? I mean, seriously, you can't. Everyone else is canceling everything because of being responsible, but you're really going to make sure people. They shouldn't have done any in-person stuff. It should have all been done online. We have the interwebs now. There's no reason for people to be waiting in line for a shoe in 2020. Who does that? It's ridiculous. Go ahead, Jake.
How else are they going to promote their Air COVIDs? 19th edition.
Yeah. Go ahead, Colleen.
So I found out today that Marlboro had shut down for the last 2 months, but Nike's manufacturing? Are you kidding me?
So I just don't get why they would do that in person, number one. Number two, there should have been the store should have been responsible for some sort of security to keep social distancing outside, because everyone's just kind of at the door, just kind of pushing their way in. I think the mall should have had their security there. There was a lot of failures there, and just the stupidity of someone going out, risking your life for a pair of shoes. And we already talked about how, I mean, everyone there is almost African American, and so we know how susceptible they are to the disease. It's all stupid. Go ahead, Sugar.
I agree with you. It is all stupid. But I'm also, I don't blame like a Foot Locker or whatever. I'm really big on personal responsibility. So if you do something stupid, then you gonna die. I mean, absolutely, they could have and should have had better things in place. But to me, it's the individuals who went. Stay your ass at home.
No, but if that were the case, then no governor would. That doesn't make sense, because no governor would ever have to issue an order. If everyone was going to listen and when there was just personal responsibility, well then that's just not the case. Go ahead, Jake.
Well, do you remember a few years ago when they released the Air Jordans, and it was somebody here in Toledo? There was a viral video where the guy was they're interviewing him. He was talking about the shoe, and he was so excited that he was licking the bottom of the shoe.
Yes, I do remember that. Go ahead, Colin.
That's how crazy people are over sneakers, man.
I know.
It's crazy.
So, Sugar, what you're saying is that personal responsibility. So I shouldn't ground my kid for doing something dumb.
You should.
Okay, then why can't?
But because children are relying on their parents.
Okay,
but I think that what girl, what?
Well, obviously, our society needs somebody to tell them what to do because today.
Otherwise, they show up at shoe stores. With
because they're inherently we as a whole
but
are inherently stupid.
Here's what I've tried to do today, though, with a lot of people that were doing dumb things. We just have to keep it in perspective. And like I said, even if you make a comment on Facebook that everyone should agree with, there's still going to be 2 to 3 people that are going to comment on it on the other side. There's always going to be 20 to 30% of a population that is just going to be stupid. They're just going to be stupid. I mean, that's why prisons are full. I mean, there's going to be an unmanageable piece of the population, but you have to remember to keep yourself sane. 70 to 80% of the people are going to follow the rules, and that's the best you're going to do. So I know the news focuses on these dumb events, but we have to remember it's a small minority of people, or it's definitely the minority of people, and that's the only way we can keep sane.
I don't know from what we're seeing. I don't know that it's a small minority. I mean, it's at the very least, it's a large minority. Like it might only be 49%, but there's a lot of people that are super dumb.
There's a lot of dumb going on, y'all.
There was a new poll that came out today, though. It still said 76% of people supports the stay at home. So that's you're 24%.
Not in Toledo. They're all getting their hair and nails done, and at the mall. I thought that too, and I saw those polls too, and I had high hopes until now. I'm looking and I'm going, oh crap, that's hundreds of people at a time in different scenarios. I'm telling you, I don't know how humans made it to the top of the food chain. I have no idea how we did this.
Aliens.
Go ahead, Jake.
Lizard people. I'm with you. I finally believe you.
Thank you, girl.
Go ahead, Jake.
So it's so funny that you brought up aliens, because I was about to say that's one of the greatest quotes from the movie Men in Black is that when Will Smith finds out there's aliens, he's like, "Why keep it a secret?" He's like, "People are smart," and Tommy's character goes, he goes, "Oh, a person is smart, but people are dumb, panicky idiots, and you know it."
Yeah.
Wait, are you in Mr. Lee Jones on a first name basis?
I couldn't think of his last name. I blanked.
To the Tommy guy.
I was like, Tommy. I knew it was Agent K, but I couldn't think of his real name.
Go ahead, Colleen.
So, Gina, it's not just here in Toledo where people are going out and getting their hairs and nails and all that good stuff done, because my aunt lives in Apache County, Arizona, which has the highest cases for the state of Arizona. And she had to get on there and be like, "Listen, people, why are you guys going out?" She had so many friends, and she's 60-something, older generation, going out and getting their hair, their nails, doing all that stuff. It's not just here.
Yeah. All right. Next one. This is interesting. Steak and Shake is closing 57 locations.
No.
Shocker.
Oh.
No. For those who don't know, Chris Tiefel, and I am not exaggerating. Would eat every day. He would eat there. For how many years, Tiefel, did you go there every single day? Sometimes multiple times a day.
Okay, well, first off, I need to just put this out there. Having this conversation right now in front of me or with me involved is a huge trigger. I've been away for 6 months. This is like shoving a bourbon bottle in an alcoholic's hands. Okay?
But I mean, you were on a first name basis. Everyone knew you. You were there every day.
Yeah, and they were good people. The food was cheap, and why go somewhere else when you get a good thing?
Yeah. So 57 locations are closing. They're saying because of the COVID, not because of cockroaches.
Cockroach.
That's just the Toledo locations.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I do want to point out that all those nasty pictures you saw that they posted after the 2 got shut down here, were from the one that's no longer open. Period.
The one on Monroe.
Yeah, that was from the Monroe one. The one over in technically right next to Mommy on Heather Downs and Reynolds area.
Which that was your store, right? The one on
that was the one I went to. Cooked my own breakfast there a couple times.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's how much he was there. That's how much he was there. If they were busy or if doing something, like they would be okay with him jumping on the grill.
No, I never did the grill public. I was just there sometimes when they had the doors shut. Because they were doing something else, and so then I cooked my own. But like, there was a couple Saturdays like when I went there and they were getting overrun, and they only had like one waitress.
Yeah,
I sat people and took drink orders.
That's all.
Where exactly was your cot at in the place?
He says.
I asked. They never would put one in.
But
Something about code.
But you were one of those things like you'd sit at the counter, or you come in and everyone would go like Tifo. And
I was dorm up in that bitch.
Yeah.
It was your cheers. Oh, so anyway,
That's such a mess.
I like, I know they had they had dirty problems here in Toledo. I like Steak and Shake. I mean, I like they got the good dogs.
I love their French fries. Those are the ticket.
Especially if you get the seasoning on them.
Yeah, the tiny French fries with the seasoning. Okay.
I will say that I attribute this whole thing to the fact that their food does not travel well.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, it's if you're gonna eat Steak and Shake, you need to be in the restaurant eating it.
I mean, their burgers are paper thin. If you can't finish it in one sitting, what are you doing with your life?
Right.
What I think he's trying to say is you got to get that food mixed with your stomach acid as fast as possible.
Like, do you ever watch Married with Children and his favorite food was that Tiny Tots or whatever it was? But they had the warning that it evaporates in air.
Oh, all right. And here's another story. This one's interesting. A Toledo attorney has been suspended for 2 years by the Ohio Supreme Court for violations for mishandling cases from 2013 to 2019. His name is Mark D. Burling. He engaged, quote, in a pattern of neglecting client matters, soliciting sex from a client, and failing to return fees for work that he did not do. Burling was suspended and given 90. Hold on, let me see. I just lost the story. He was. I get it back in 2 seconds. So Burling, here we go. Burling was suspended and given 90 days to pay approximately $30,000 in restitution to 7 former clients, including $16,000 to one client. The client is a Michigan woman who paid him a $5,000 retainer to represent her in a divorce that was pending in Monroe County. He was not actually licensed to practice in Michigan, but
Jesus!
But said he would seek temporary admission and affiliate with a Michigan licensed attorney. But he never filed for admission in Michigan, never informed his client of a fee the Michigan licensed lawyer had requested, resulting in him declining to represent her. The client was forced to find a new lawyer 1 week before the trial. And during his representation, he sent the client sexual text messages, including ones where he solicited sexual activity from her.
He's real sloppy. You don't do that in writing.
Right? Doesn't everyone know
Jesus.
that?
You do that in a text, don't you know?
No, you don't do it in text. What are you talking about, Jay?
That's writing. That text is writing.
No.
I was saying Hey, listen, I was saying he did a lot of other dumb shit.
You have to do it on either like WhatsApp or what? What's the other one? The one the kids are using, the Snapchat? The Snapchats?
Oh, my God. The Snapchat.
You got to do it on House Party.
Snapchat, though.
House Party or TikTok. That's the...
I just found out that you can delete messages that you've already sent in Snapchat.
I thought the message.
What shady messages you sending, girl?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what are you sending?
Mallory showed me because I was messaging her friends and she got embarrassed. She's like, "You can't be friends with my friend's mom. It's uncool. You're not the cool mom."
Snapchat messages go away immediately.
No, but you can delete them before
they're logged.
No, you can delete it before the person opens it, and then it just shows an empty message.
I've got a big secret for you guys. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes,
I'm dropping bombs right
Go
now.
ahead,
You
Gina.
ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Drop that bomb.
Nothing is a secret on the interweb.
Right.
Or on that can come back up. I promise you. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's going to be crazy here in like 30 years. There's going to be like congresswomen that had like an OnlyFans at some point. Like, it's
I know it's like you're right, dude. I think maybe our society is going to change though on thoughts of that stuff. It already kind of is. I mean,
yeah.
It's really we've moved the ball to where we're not that outraged by it. Well, sometimes though we try to pretend like we're outraged. I don't know what it is. We love this cancel culture.
People are addicted to being outraged.
I know.
Oh my God.
And they don't even. Usually, there's something that they've done that's worse. But because this person got it's so stupid.
But
drives
it's been
me
like
crazy.
that forever.
And Jake, go ahead.
I'm just looking forward to when they get the technology that you get holographic titty pics on your phone.
Oh my God.
Graphic. So you're like.
I'd be like a Jedi. Just be like, yeah, baby. Let's look at that hologram. Be like, you are my only hope.
ahead, Teeple.
I've actually got an update on the Christy Killy thing.
Oh, what? Did they fire her?
So she, not from the GOP, but she apparently worked for or did work for a company called Arista Home Healthcare Solutions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And they-
someone posted her badge online.
Yeah, so they
That is so toxic. I'm gonna raise my hand because I have things to say.
they posted a statement on their Facebook page says, as owners of Arista Home Healthcare Solutions, we are aware of hateful comments recently posted by an employee on their personal Facebook page. These views do not reflect our views personally, nor do they represent the culture of our company or the dedication and compassion of our other employees. We are dealing with the situation in a forceful manner and appreciate everyone's concerns for the well-being of our patients and their families.
But as we pulled up a message from 2017, she's had these. She's what, 50 years old, and she's had these views. Just put them online. She ain't changing them. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do, home health care? What are you going to do, Arista?
They're dealing with it forcefully, but they probably are trying to protect themselves for making things public.
All they're going to do is keep her away from the old gay people.
Oh my
That's
God.
all they're going to do.
Well, apparently there's some other comments about her not wanting to wear a mask, and it doesn't make sense if I wear a mask, I have to stay 6 feet away.
She's so stupid. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sugar.
she was protesting. She was protesting wearing a mask and staying home and all of those things. She was out. She was posting pictures of that. So the concern is she's not social distancing. She's not wearing a mask, and then she's a home health care person going and taking care of people that are at risk. That was the concern.
Yeah, go ahead, Sugar.
She's a triple threat.
I mean, I'm just gonna again. She's a stupid bitch, but the fucking post was not that bad. It wasn't. It didn't say F gay people. It didn't say kill gay people. It didn't say slash the trannies. Like it wasn't
He sent
like
a picture of Satan eating a baby to a gay councilman. That
was
girl,
Saturn.
settle
not
down.
true.
That's hilarious. I want
That's
hate.
not hilarious.
Well, he found it hilarious. He
that's
don't get
horrible.
offended for other people because he wasn't offended. He framed it. That's my thing.
He
What
embraced
she
it.
said. What she said
but hold on,
was
hold on.
not that bad. I mean, it was.
Hold on.
It's stupid. I disagree with it, but I think posting your personal information, that's toxic. That's not good.
But your reaction to something does not either make it worse or better for what someone said. What they said is what they said. If she sent it to a person that can accept it and turn it around and not get offended, that doesn't make it any better for what they said. Go ahead, Jen.
Right. Her
Go ahead.
message is that gay people are evil.
Yeah, go
that
ahead,
was her
Daniel.
message, and
I
that's
mean-
not right.
And the councilman. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the gentleman's name. He was
Nick.
Nick.
Nick,
Coleman.
yeah,
Nick
it
Coleman.
Rhymes with knives.
Yeah, he was really really good yesterday, and he embraced it. The picture that Gina was talking about, he embraced it. But that's
Well, real quick, for those who don't know, you kind of said it, but she sent a picture of it was a demon. What was it?
It
was
was
a demon
Saturn.
eating
It was the god Saturn.
The guy
Eating its child.
Eating its
Yeah.
child. This woman sent this to Nick Comives, the councilman over in Toledo. And go ahead. Daniel,
and she compared him to this demon eating a baby.
Right.
But
so silly. Like that's,
but the thing he embraced it and he didn't let it bother him, and that's fantastic for him. But one of the things that we've all been trying to say for a long time is, and for better or worse, we need to start looking at people and their intent. Sometimes people just say something very stupid. Sometimes people slip up. Sometimes people are ignorant to things. Her intent was to hurt him. Her intent was to bother him. Now he didn't let it, and that's great for him. But
yeah, that's awesome of him.
But the fact that her intent was to hurt this person.
yeah, his reaction doesn't put her off the hook. Doesn't
Yeah.
let her off the hook.
If I punch you, Sugar, and it doesn't
Matters.
hurt you, that
It's still
I
assault.
still am in trouble for punching you.
Yeah.
if I decide to press charges. Okay.
Actually, your assent to that is unnecessary.
So I forgot what I was going to say. I got too worked up.
I got you, Sugar. What Sugar is saying though, all she's saying was they canceled Gay Pride. I'm
remember
glad.
now.
I mean, it wasn't a huge. It wasn't. There is more of an. We talked about being an outrage, waiting to be offended, waiting to be outraged. It wasn't all that outrageous what she said,
right?
But she shouldn't have said it, especially being a public official. She shouldn't have said it. Go ahead, Sugar.
Just what you said. I mean, when you just look at the words themselves, she's not inciting hate. She's not inciting violence, and hurting someone's feelings is not a crime.
Go ahead, Colleen.
It's not that she said it this one time on Facebook.
Right, she's got a history of it.
She does have a history. So even though it might have just been like, oh, yay, it's canceled, from her perspective, she has a history of saying negative commentary towards this specific community.
Right. So even if the one post may not have been that bad, but when it's on top of other posts and actually going to you hate gay people so much you're sending pictures in the mail. That's a
and
little
even
obsessive.
if it didn't bother Nick,
Obsessive.
the intent, like Denny said, was to bother him.
Right, go ahead, Denny.
Yeah, but I think Sugar's main point kind of got lost in all this is when the people posted her personal information online, that might have been a step too far.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. I agree. I agree. All right. Let's this portion of the show brought to you part by Lufka.
I'm not sad about it, but it might have been a step too far.
All naturals. Yeah, I'm not a big fan because for me, working for a radio station, you could always go and go to advertisers to try to get me fired because I'm not a big fan of that type of stuff anyway.
Right.
But whatever. It's all natural skincare, Lufka, household cleaners, reusable household products, natural toothpaste, body scrubs, soaps, lotions, essential oils, and so much more. Lufka All Natural at the Country Charm Shops in Perrysburg. Glick Electrical Services provides services to both commercial and residential clients. Our services range from installing simple light fixtures to installing generators at factories. We do it all to provide you with the service you deserve. Call today. New Power Property Services, your cleaners, your disinfectors, your sanitization company. If you own a restaurant or if you have a house or an apartment or whatever.
Can I just say that Lufka dropped off my disinfectant, the Clean Blue Pacific, tomorrow, and I'm so excited because it smells like plum, even though it is 90% hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol.
Yeah,
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, so she got her disinfectant from Lufka for
Can't drink it, Sugar. We've been over this.
for the job. Yeah, come on, the president's already tried that. And Twice But Nice Retail Shop. We buy and sell baby equipment, toys, books, outerwear, clothes, formula, diapers, and so much more to fit your family's needs. We have clothing for boys and girls 0 to 16, and we also have Planet Fashion, which is a teen and adult section in the store. That is from Twice But Nice Resale Shop. All right, I got a bunch of comments I want to get caught up on. I got to say hi to Mama Judy.
Hey, Mama Judy.
Also,
Hi, Mama.
Also, my friend Richard from Philly is saying, is the feed lagging for anyone else? He's getting a lagging feed. Is everyone else? Is the feed okay for you guys? Are you able to hear us okay? I'd like to know. Ashley Dickey says the Rome Catholic found it was a pleasure and would be okay. Also, people should. This is regarding the what we were just talking about, the girl with the Facebook post. Rome Catholic found it was a pleasure and it would be okay. Also, people should treat others with love and respect, and if one believes what is taught, then they should have have hands cut off if stealing, tongues cut out if lying, etc. Which is true. Let's see.
How do we transition to that? From that? Andrew, I do just want to say, while I was trying to restart my computer, I was watching the feed on my Facebook, and everything was fine on my end.
Okay.
Hey, Jake, if we could limit your fan base to just like maybe a group comments.
Hey, I'm sorry I got such a poll,
I know you do. Go ahead, Denny.
Oh no, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Is the Facebook
sorry.
is fine.
All right, so I want to bring up this jogger in Georgia that of course was killed by the two white people. They said that he was they thought that he might be a burglar. They stopped him, and then he is killed, and there you go. I also want to start this conversation, but if I come off as a racist, then I want to stop this conversation on my side.
You should just stop now.
Just stop now.
Not even start.
Keep going. I love controversy.
Sugar, he does not need anybody to feed him.
I watched.
Literally,
I've been watching some stories on this, and I think that they were wrong. These guys were wrong, and something should happen. I just don't think anything is. I don't think anything is going to happen to them, because there are a couple things that have to make you question what went on. Number one is this kid did go into a house that was under construction. There's the new video where there's a house under construction. He goes in there, which is trespassing.
Only if the owner or the contractor says it is, and the owner or the contractor has not claimed it.
Well, and nothing's missing.
We don't know. So, but we saw we know
he literally interviewed.
There is the video that he went in there. There's no doubt he went in there. So, and these guys saw him go in there. That's when they
and then immediately walk out.
Right, but that's when they called the police. They said, "I think there's a guy in there." And Chris, I think you followed this a little better than I did, but there's a guy that went in there. We think he might be stealing some stuff. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that's the first part. Then they follow the guy, and then they cut him off, which was wrong. I hope the whole thing is wrong, but I just think that you're in the South, and there are a couple things that you've done that are going to help these two dudes get off, is what I'm saying. Why did this guy lunge for the gun?
Because
every right to stand his ground.
Go ahead, Tifo.
Every right.
Go ahead, Tifo.
Every right. He has every right to protect himself.
Exactly. Gina's right. It's fight or flight at that moment. These guys cornered him, threatened him with weapons.
Yeah.
He had nowhere to go, so he chose fight.
But there's a law. But there's a law in Georgia that says if you go after a guy's gun and he's got look, the laws are backwards, but it's freaking Georgia.
I told you before. I 100% agree that they're going to get off.
That's what
and it's not because it's what they did is okay.
That's what
they're absolutely wrong.
So we're on the same page. I'm saying the exact same thing. Go ahead, Gina.
But the problem is with the laws in Georgia and in general, in the whole U.S. and in society's point of view. Well, he shouldn't have went in that house. They don't get to decide that he gets to die because of that. I don't give a shit about citizens' arrest.
I agree. But I think in Georgia the laws are going to protect these dudes.
I told you that when we talked about it the first time. They're going to get off. They're going to walk.
But why did he go after the gun? I mean, that's what caused. I'm not saying that he was.
What would you do?
I would stand there with the cops to come to sort this crap out because
when somebody's pointing a gun at you and yelling at you that ran around, that drove around you, cut you off, stopped you in your path, and has a gun. You think you're going to die. What do you do?
And it's hold on, Andrew. It's important to also put it in perspective. You're saying that as a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a black guy in Georgia with 3 white guys, 3 good old boys, 3 Duke boys.
2 in front of you, 1 behind you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you do?
Go ahead, Colleen.
You can't run.
Listen,
I'm fighting.
I'm a white girl from the hood. I'm standing and fighting. But my point was, the reason I raised my hand is that he went into a home that was being built. It didn't have walls.
Yeah, but it's still the property. You can't trespass on property. Was
it their property?
It has to be posted, and the owner has to say that, not just some rando down the street.
But again, the point is,
what if he just really had a 2x4 fetish and he just wanted to check?
How does the neighbor know that he's not welcome on the property, or he wasn't working for the construction company and going there to do something?
But they called the police. But again, my point is that he should have just stood there. Look, he's dead.
He should have behaved himself so those white folks didn't kill him, is what you're saying.
Well, what I'm saying is he's dead. So obviously the way he handled it was not the proper way. If he's dead, hold on.
No. The views expressed by Andrew Z do not reflect those of the rest of the people on Andrew Z in the Morning Podcast.
Stop. If he's dead, and those two if those guys are gonna get off, and he's not on Earth anymore, well, then we probably should have handled it a different way.
Yeah, but let's not blame. No, not him. The guys that shot him should have.
No, I understand that, but he should have just stood. He should have just.
He should have behaved himself and known his role. Is that what you're saying,
Gina? You can prove a point, but he's dead. So obviously, the way you can defend the way he did it, but he's not here. So
but it's not his fault. It's not his.
You can't ever blame a victim of murder for being murdered. That's like saying you shouldn't have wore that and you wouldn't have got raped.
But they're gonna get
the same
off.
thing.
Okay, but they're gonna get off,
Andrew,
and he's still dead.
Hold on, Andrew. You can't say what your actions would be in that situation yourself. So you don't know what was going through his head. He had 3 white dudes holding a gun to him that had chased him around. He was like, oh, crap.
Hold on.
He didn't know that they called the cops. He didn't know any of that.
But they've got the car, and they've got multiple people, and they all have weapons.
But let's not point at what he's doing.
You can only go after one guy.
But he didn't.
stop.
He
Okay,
didn't
hold
know
on,
that
okay.
they had called the police.
I'm not
He
saying that.
He had no. So how are you going to stand there and wait for the police if you don't know that they were called?
But if you lunge, you know that there's no way you could take. You're taking out one guy. There's another guy with guns that's right there in a truck.
Oh, he should have just laid down in the street and what?
But if I don't know what's going on and I have three people surrounding
hold on.
me,
I can't believe you guys are arguing that the way he handled it was right.
It should have never happened. I don't care what he
should have
did.
never happened. I get that.
The
That's
way
not
he
what I'm
the way he acted was neither right nor wrong. It's
Or
the
relevant.
way he acted, and it's irrelevant to the fact that they shot and killed him after chasing him down for something that was A, none of their business, B, they didn't know if was a crime, and 3, who the hell cares?
A, B, and
So,
3. Go ahead, Sherry.
If
So,
I'm
Andrew.
drunk and naked and laying in the street and someone rapes me, it is still not my fucking fault. End of story. That's that. That's
go
the
ahead,
end
Sherry.
of that.
So to directly address, I think, Andrew, the point that you're trying to make, when you're in close quarters with someone with a gun in self-defense, you are supposed to sidestep and try and get the gun. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try and take the gun away.
But that's if you're one-on-one, not if there's another guy.
Well, I don't
on
know
his
the
side.
specific self-defense for 1-on-3, but I'm
Well,
saying,
exactly.
so maybe that's why he did it. No, like, it doesn't matter. He shouldn't have been shot, but it makes sense to me that he went for
okay.
the gun.
I have a serious question.
We
I have a
can-
serious
hold on,
question.
Hold
Andrew.
on. We can agree he shouldn't have been shot, and he wasn't right. He wasn't wrong. But I mean, you can only go after if you're going to go after someone when multiple people have guns on you. You're not a ninja. You can only go after one guy. There's still another dude with a gun on you.
I have a serious question though,
Go ahead.
Andrew.
Go ahead.
So say they cornered him, they had the weapons on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he did just stand there and wait for the police. But before the police got there, still one of them shot him.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have acted wrong because he's dead and they're going to get off anyway?
No, and here's the difference.
That's
Hold on,
but that's
but
your
here's-
reasoning.
hold on,
You're
hold on.
saying he's dead, they're going to get off. So that's your reasoning
Here's
for saying his actions were wrong.
Here's the difference. The difference is if he didn't do anything and got shot, they would be convicted of murder. Now,
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
Why?
I doubt
Why?
it.
Because
Why?
they just. Would you say something, Denny?
Well, I know. I was saying I agree. I agree with you. I doubt that they would be too.
Yeah,
because
they
because
well,
they're
they
white
would
guys
have.
in Georgia,
Well,
and they
okay. Well, there's that. But what I'm saying is once he goes, there's the law. Once you go after someone's weapon, you're automatically.
But there's
they're
also
allowed
the
to shoot
conflicting
you.
law that
What?
allows him
What?
to defend himself.
Do you think that that's what he was thinking about? Like, oh, if I grab that gun, they'll get away with killing me. No,
No.
he was thinking my life is in danger and I need to defend it in any way possible.
Go ahead, Colleen.
He's surrounded. Two guys with guns in front of him, a guy with behind him. They have cars. He's on foot. He has no idea what's about to happen.
Exactly.
I am going
I
to
agree.
fight for my life too.
exactly.
No.
That was the point that I was going to make, Gina. Is if I don't know that the police are called, I have zero idea why these people are coming after me. I'm not going to just play dead like a possum. I'm going to try and defend myself, even if there's a slim chance that I can get one of those guns away and take him out.
But there's another guy in a truck with a gun on you. Even if you got that one gun
Listen,
away,
but
the
at
other
least I
dude's gonna
fought.
shoot you.
But
down.
at
Oh,
least I
stop.
fought for my life.
If
come on.
somebody, if you're sitting there, let's say you go up and there's a group of guys standing there and they got a hole dug and they say, crawl in that hole, and they all have guns, crawl in that hole. Are you going to crawl in the hole and let them shoot you? Hell no. You're going to try whatever you can do to get out of that situation because you think you're going to die.
Go ahead.
If you think you're going
Would
to
you
die,
dig
you
your
will
own
do
grave?
anything.
Go ahead, Denny.
Well, and you know, I the idea that he went into this. Look, if I saw a house that was being constructed, I'd probably want to go in and kind of take a look around and see how it's done.
I've
I'd be
done it
curious.
before.
Yeah, I
People
would
do
be,
it
I've done it
all the
before.
time.
I would be curious. And on top of that, like, you know, so again, you know, it's easy to speak from a place of privilege and say I would have done this because, you know, a white guy with this was a black man in the South. Two good old boys. He was not in a good position. And when there's all this history, and I'm sure this kid, because he was pretty young, is very aware of this history. I mean, who knows what he was thinking? But the fact is, we can't blame the victim here. We can't blame him for his for what he did because it shouldn't have happened in the first place. We can't victim blame here.
Go ahead, Jake.
Okay, I think the biggest question here and the more important question is that video that captured the whole event was on one of the dude's cell phones. It's not like it was on a public camera. I think the more important question is what would they have done with that videotape had he stopped running and they shot him anyway? That video never would have came, and then they would have had their own side of the story.
That was a neighbor. That was a neighbor who heard everything going on and came out.
Okay, that I didn't know.
I didn't know that either. Go ahead, Gina.
I don't. I raised my hand and then talked anyway.
All right, well, we'll see what happens again. I just unfortunately think these guys are going to get off because
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Of the
Super unfortunate because it's murder, 100% murder. But you know, with all the circumstances with him,
I'm not saying he should have handled it different. I guess I would better say I wish he would have handled it different because
I wish they would have not been racist pieces of shit.
Well,
I wish they would have handled it
There were
different.
half a dozen. According to the homeowner, the interview he gave, there were half a dozen other triggers on his camera of people going onto his property, a few in which he actually called the cops on there because he was worried about people's safety. That's the only reason he says he didn't want people on the property without supervision.
Because if construction's not done, you know, something get knocked over. And
Exactly. And so he had tried to deal with it before, but there were half a dozen other people on there that these two guys never chased before.
Let me guess what the difference between those other people were and him. Want me to take a wild stab in the dark?
Right.
They weren't runners?
All right, so this is kind of interesting, I thought. We're talking about sports maybe coming back. They're talking about baseball.
Well, UFC did their first show over the weekend.
Yeah, and then and NASCAR's coming back. But I thought this one was interesting, though. The baseball one, they're talking, usually it's 162 games. They're talking about an 81-game season, so half the time, basically. But here's the interesting part. What the owners are saying is, hey, we'll do an unprecedented 50-50 split with you. So whatever money we make, the players, you're going to get 50%. Well, now the players' union is saying, no, it's not our fault. We want our full pay. And when I say the caveat is they will take a prorated. So if they play half season, then they get half their pay. But the owners are like, well, we don't know how much money we're going to make with this. This has never happened before. There's not going to be any revenue because these are games going to be played with no people in them. Is there anything in the contract that allows them to pay them less than what's in the contract? If not, they're screwed. Well, they can make it a provision because the owners have already said that they would do this 50-50, and they said, no, if we're going to play half the season, we want half our money. Now, all that's going to do is if I'm an owner, is like, well, I don't know how much money we're going to make because we've never been through anything like this. It's going to preclude me from it's going to make me maybe not want to start the season up because I don't know. I don't want to go out of business or lose money paying these guys when I'm not making any money. We're losing enough money as it is. Go ahead, Jake.
Well, I'm just excited that if they do an 80-game season, there is no possible chance the Tigers will lose another 100 games this year.
Go ahead, Denny.
We're not going to feel bad for the owners here because if they're going to
feel bad for the players, give me a break.
Well, but not all the players are rich though. Well, we're talking AA players, AAA players. Talking about players on rookie contracts that aren't making a ton of money.
Well, we're not just major league though. The minimum salary is like $1 million.
No, even in the major leagues, people on rookie contracts aren't making over $1 million. For every Mike Trout that's making $30-something million, there's a guy that they're still probably making six figures. But
exactly.
The minimum in baseball is $563,000.
Yeah, and for every Mike Trout, there's 20 of those guys that are making the minimum.
But you're only playing 6 months. You're only
are we going to feel bad for the billionaires here, or the guy the guy making six figures?
But why is why is it fair for the owners to take all the risk though? They're trying to get the season
because that's literally what they did when they bought the team. They assumed all the risk.
If there's no, well, they could say F it then, no season, and we're going to lose money either way. They're trying to do. I think that's a very fair 50-50 proposition.
The owners would lose a lot more money if they did that.
You play half the season, you get half your pay. Makes sense.
Yes.
Or you pay half the season, you get half the revenue. Whatever we make. If I make $1 million, you're going to get $500,000.
People generally
half a million divided up over so many players.
Well, no. I'm just saying.
But people generally may live to their means. So you have a rookie player, especially rookie players are starting to get all this money.
COVID's not
So
the
if he's
owner's
making
fault.
$563,000, he's got bills that are covered by $563,000, but they've already said we'll take half.
But hold on, but the owners have bills too that they've lived to the means. They plan on the stadium.
Yeah,
You got $1
full.
billion, you're
They
good.
They plan on the
They're good.
stadiums being full this season. Go ahead, Jake.
No, you call on me.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Sugar.
I have been sitting. Listen,
Yeah,
I have
you
a
have.
sports comment, so mark it on your calendar.
Right?
Glitter butts.
Glitter butts. No, but to me, this is just another way that COVID-19 has shown some of the failings of capitalism or how it's become in America. So they're asking players because it's a downtime and there might not be to take cuts.
Right.
But when there's boom time and the companies are making billions of dollars, the workers don't see that. So it's always when the company's in trouble that they're like, oh, can we cut your shit? And oh, can I get a bailout? But the regular people, it doesn't matter if you fail.
Where's that standing ovation? Because
Thank
you just killed it, Sugar. Thank you so much.
Go ahead, Jake.
Well, from what I think I read today in an article, is they're talking about like not even having any minor league seasons, like not at all, because the minor leagues are definitely not going to be able to pay the players.
Yeah, no, I think they're just going to do a major league season. I don't think they're going to do a minor league.
But that's going to be weird because like what happens when the guy gets hurt and they need to call up? They're going to just call a guy off his couch and he's just going to have to come up just out, fat and out of shape.
Gina, go ahead.
I didn't raise my hand.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. I think the poor owners are getting screwed here. I'm with the
poor owners.
Andrew. Okay, how many people are you trying to piss off today, Andrew?
The callous Republican shtick is mine. Okay.
Think about it like this: the owners of the team are business owners, and the players are the employees.
Mm-hmm.
So as a business owner, you're going to absorb all of the hits the employees don't. You don't ask employees to take.
Let Jeep try to bring me back at a discount.
Well,
We're not selling as many Jeeps, Denny, so you're going to have to take a pay cut.
Give me kiss my ass.
But they've asked unions to take concessions though, as a big company.
And they have, and that's a whole process. But you can't expect they can't unilaterally make that decision to do that, and it's unjust to ask the players.
They're not unilaterally. This is an offer that they made that the players have turned down.
Yeah, and the offer they made was unfair in the first place.
Yeah, I
because
turned
you're
it down
looking at
too.
potentially making far less than even half your pay.
Go ahead, Jake.
Well, I mean, let me just say it from a bartending point of view. When people come back to the restaurants and they have to have less people in there all the time, I'm taking a pay cut when I go back for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Also,
100%.
So, Jake, are you on the you're on the owner's side then?
No, I'm poor as shit, and I got to go back to work plan.
Exactly.
By the way, when this is all over, the new minimum tip is 50%. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, absolutely. What we can't make in quantity, we got to make in quality. That's the service I'm going to give you.
Amen. This portion of the show brought to you part by DMX Lawn and Landscape. DMX.
I'ma make me low your lawn. Open hill.
Extreme Class Limousine, reliable limousine in Toledo. They've got great prices. They've got green transportation. They have a party bus, 10-passenger limo. Tell them Andrew Z sent you, and they'll give you some great deals. And, of course, you need errands done. They're doing, guys doing that as well, doing grocery shopping and all that stuff as well. Gloss and Glam, your Lip Sense distributor. Hit up Colleen if you need to get some amazing makeup. Okay, there you go. That's it. We're done. Man, you guys are on the wrong side of the law today. A bunch of reasons.
Oh, Andrew.
We all almost were about to walk. All of us just leave meeting. Bye.
Yeah, if this was a pirate ship, there would have been a mutiny, and you would have been on that damn plane.
Leave you sitting in the Zoom meeting all on your own.
I wouldn't have left because I consider the team.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have left because drama refills my electrolytes.
We're all one big family here.
I guess it was just me that was about to leave. I don't know.
So. But
This would have been the best Thanksgiving dinner ever.
all right, Sugar Vermont, Jake Dickey, Chris Tiefel, Southside Gina, Denny Crum, Colleen Z. I'm Andrew Z. You guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Bye-bye, everybody.
I'm going to leave, but it's going to be an angry leave because he didn't do my topic idea.